Are Dread Saurians unrivaled in patch 6.3.3? Well, it's hard to find anything in their weight class this side of a Thunder Barge, but we're going to go over the strengths and weaknesses. I realize some people think they're just big targets, but besides tweaks, CA has seen fit to make it easier to recruit more of them. So how does that work out? Recruit for 3,100 gold and 775 upkeep. I'll start with the standard model that is feature complete. We like feature-complete things in this community, ahem. On Ultra, they come at 15,088 hit points, but it never seems enough. Armor is 120, so they're far from thin-skinned, and the haters must contend with missile resistance 15%. Leadership of 75 is decent, considering the size. Speed 60 and charge speed 84 are pretty strong considering the size and bulk. Melee attack begins at 52. Attack interval is the standard 4, and not lower. Splash target size is large, so trolls on down and max target splashed in the new system is 8. It can disrupt a lot more than it can actually hurt, but this means racking up kills, not simply damaging entities. Melee defense starts at 32, far from awful, but representing that the beast does not turn on a dime well. And if surrounded by enough bodies, warm or otherwise, it might not be able to turn at all. But it can still definitely attack. Weapon strength comes as a mighty 750, so with base 220 and armor piercing 530. Shocking numbers until you consider the max target's damage. So even here, it'll have a tendency to only just kill standard infantry. Just more of them than your typical Tiktaq'to. There is no bonus versus a particular type, but that base number was nice and high. Charge bonus is 30 and mass is 12,000. There is a missile weapon that carries poison and is in the style of the ancient Tiktaq'to, which means a lot of ammo and spreading poison damage around. That's very nice. You'll see plenty of the charge animations as we go through the video, but the idea is collision attacks makes the entire model of the body a weapon. Expecting it to do Scarbrand-style ninja running through formations is going to be a mistake, but the damage will add up with how it sloshes around and so on. It's also a lot better than it once was. As we would expect, this is a siege attacker, has primal instincts and predatory fighter, has fire whilst moving for the ranged weapon, causes fear and terror, and in the new hotness, has wall breaker, which will simplify your late-game Lizardmen sieges considerably. The feral cousin comes at the relatively budget cost of 2,400 gold recruit, 600 upkeep. Health is 14,992 or 96 less from a lack of skinks up top. Leadership is 60, not 70. Aside from the lack of the ranged weapon and the presence of feral rage, so it rampages at 75% health and 25% health for a time, there is otherwise no difference whatsoever from the regular Dread Saurian. So in pure melee, it's 100% the same, but of course cannot generate poison debuffs itself. In the redline skills, Hunt Leader at 3 pips brings melee attack plus 8 and weapon strength plus 12%. There's nothing worse than having all that weapon strength and missing targets anyway. At rank 7 and up, Epicentrist will add plus 10 armor, plus 5 leadership, and plus 12 flat charge bonus. They don't start with a huge ton, so this helps against your Hell Pit Abomination types. In the tech tree, Tablet of Beasts adds plus 2 recruit rank. Finally, I can report on how Great Beast's Resilience removes the Wounds passive, which would make the unit fight less well at under 25% health, which is so ubiquitous, I rarely bother to mention it. Lack of this means that last stands become fiercer. Past this, Great Beast's Rampage adds plus 5 melee attack and plus 15 flat charge bonus. The rest is upkeep and recruitment cost reduction stuff, stacking with whatever your lords and heroes can do for blessings, followers, etc. So how do we use the Dread Saurians? You don't always want it to go first, because the enemy will try to focus it. Sure, but there are a lot of battles where your feature monster is hit a lot and nothing else takes meaningful damage. Sometimes that's to your benefit. If it's not, hide it better, then unleash it in full. Once you unleash it in full, yes, do try to get charges if you can do so without unreasonable loss of time. But since this is a big, bad terror monster and does a ton of damage, putting it in melee against appropriate targets and just waiting for nature to take its course is entirely acceptable. In fact, it's so large that smaller area effect bombardments may be wasted around it. It's more something to use burning heads and flamestorms around, than with thunderbolts and comets. For all the whining about how it's a big target, it's also a very powerful wrecking ball and can crack fights open that a more specialized dinosaur would fail to do within a reasonable time frame. Forget what you can get fighting alone. Makes a nice video, makes a poor battle strategy. And now that you can get more of them, you want to abuse them very hard in armies you expect to actually engage the enemy. So that's what you do. Take care, and have fun showing that the full Dread Saurians are all dolled up. Now in more pretty colors.